What up, guys? John Coffee here. I'm going to do another movie review. I got my graphic sexual horror t-shirt on. That's not what I'm reviewing, though. I just felt like showing that off because it's a cool t-shirt. I'm going to be reviewing the Abel Ferrara classic, Bad Lieutenant, starring Harvey Keitel. This is not the Bad Lieutenant that came out, I think, last year, starring Nicolas Cage, which is not a bad movie at all, but it's not this movie. Bad Lieutenant tells the story of just that, a bad lieutenant. He's a bad cop, drug addicted, gambling, sleazy, in ways almost rapist, but not quite, because he doesn't ever actually rape anybody, but does very, very sexually sleazy things. I recently got a chance to watch the Blu-ray. It's not the first time I've seen this movie, though. I'm a huge fan of this movie. Abel Ferrara is an amazing director, and Harvey Keitel is a great actor, so the combination of those two together makes for a fantastic movie. Plot tells the story of Harvey Keitel's character, who, like I said, is a drug-addicted cop, and he starts gambling on baseball, the Mets and the Dodgers, and they keep losing, and he's falling deeper and deeper in a hole with the person he's gambling through, and he gets assigned to a case about a nun who was raped by two street thugs, and the reward for it's $50,000. So when he gets in the hole, he begins to start trying harder and harder to solve the case. But that's the basic plot. But you might hear in the background, I'm actually watching the commentary right now. The idea of this movie is just a character study on him as a cop, and as you see his life dissolve. Keitel does a amazing job as the lieutenant. He doesn't ever have a name in the movie. You see him just fall to pieces, drugs, drinking. There's some very, very disturbing things in this movie, like the rape of the nun is very brutal. There's a scene where he pulls over two young girls. They don't have license, so you're led to believe that they're very young, and he forces one of them to bend over and show. I'm trying to go about this as nice as possible. Show her behind, while the other one, he makes her pantomime a blowjob while he masturbates in front of him. So there's some very, very disturbing, sleazy stuff in this movie. All the drug use looks 100% legit, even though I don't think it is. There's a good documentary on the DVD, the Blu-ray. I don't know if it's on the DVD or not, where they talk about how they did the drug scenes. But Harvey Keitel sells his role so well. It's amazing to watch. You know, he's betting on, I believe it's the Dodgers, and Darryl Strawberry strikes out, and he starts cussing the radio and shooting the radio. He's so believable in this movie. With the star of Miss 45, Zoe Lund, who's a gorgeous woman, and I believe she died of heroin use. There's a scene where she's actually shooting up Keitel. I believe it's just saline solution, but it's so dark and dreary, and it seems 100% legit. And that's the one thing I love so much about this movie, is the atmosphere is so dark and just disturbing. Even though the set pieces aren't every few seconds. It's not one of those movies where every scene is something shocking, but just the atmosphere of this movie lends itself to being very, very, very disturbing. There's a very minimalistic soundtrack, which I love, a lot like I Spit on Your Grave. They let the imagery be more powerful than the soundtrack, which is, I think, it was a very wise choice by Abel Ferrara. When it comes to the ending of the movie, I think it's going to be 50-50. Some people are going to like the ending, some people are going to hate it. I myself I'm just a huge fan of this movie from beginning to end. I don't think there's a bad moment in this movie, other than they mentioned on the commentary on the Blu-ray, the blood they use in the film, though there's not a whole lot of blood. When it is on camera, it doesn't look necessarily very good, but the movie's so powerful that you forgive that. If you're a fan of Harvey Keitel, you're going to love this movie. It's arguably his best role ever, I think. Even better than, like, Reservoir Dogs. or anything else he's ever really done. I think he went 100% in this movie and pulled off an amazing performance, especially since the movie 100% set around him. I mean, he's the main character of the whole film. I can't think of one or two shots maybe that he's not in the film. Other than that, he's in the whole film. Every shot he's in it. It was a very low budget film, so it's got that gritty New York feel to it, which I love. It's the reason I love movies like Miss 45 and Vigilante. Just the gritty New York setting. But most of those films were back in the 80s and 70s when New York City was still, what people like to think of when they think about New York at that time. Very dirty and raw. This was filmed in 91. So good. I'm not sure what rating the Blu-ray is, but I know when it first came out it was NC-17. It's maybe the unrated cut, but I can't imagine there was anything cut out of the NC-17 version. So when the transfer of the Blu-ray is alright. I can't say it was the greatest because it's such a low budget movie. So if you already have the DVD, I can't imagine going out of your way to upgrade the Blu-ray unless the features are different. I don't know much about that. I know I'm gonna pick the Blu-ray up. I rented it from Blockbuster online, and I don't have the DVD, so I'm definitely gonna buy the Blu-ray when I have a chance. I highly recommend this movie. And also check out Abel Ferrara's other stuff, Driller Killer, Miss 45. They're all really good stuff. He did a version of Invaders as a Body Snatcher that's really good too. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I gotta say about Bad Lieutenant. It's an amazing film. It's a lot better than the one with Nicolas Cage, although that, like I said, that movie's not that bad either. But check this one out. This is an amazing movie, and I highly, highly recommend it. And thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you all later.